James with Love My Pups, My British Supply. All right, we're going to talk about chocolate dogs and red eye glow and how you can use this as a very effective tool to tell quite a bit about the DNA on a dog. So this pertains to bulldogs, French bulldogs, English bulldogs, bullies. I don't know about other dogs. If somebody's got a lab, they might comment on whether or not this works for a chocolate lab. Okay, so what we're going to be talking about here are the taking a video, and I'm going to show you an example of this later on in the video. Take a video of your dog in question in a completely dark room so that the light comes on your cell phone and look at the video. You can't just take a picture, that doesn't work. It's got to be a video and you have to look at the video after you've recorded it. So what dogs will have a red eye glow? Well, the answer is dogs that are little b, testable chocolate. Dogs that are little co, cocoa, we'll call this testable chocolate. Some people call this the Isabella gene. This is what we'll call this cocoa. And then other dogs that will have a red eye glow are merles. So they're out of the question. Unfortunately, with the merle, you don't know what's going on. If you see a red eye glow, it doesn't mean it's a merle dog. So the problem here, how do I say this? Merle dogs can have a red eye glow whether they're chocolate or not. And most merles do have red eye glow. So the merles, they're not part of this whole equation. But these dogs will have a red eye glow. I have never, ever seen a Frenchie with a red eye glow, wasn't a merle, that didn't have either testable chocolate or cocoa. 2 copies. Okay, so next thing I think is to go quick look at this video, and here's the video. 4 puppies, 3 of them have red eye glow. The one in the center doesn't. He's just moving off the left there. He has a blue eye glow because he is not a chocolate. The other 3 are chocolates, and you can see how that red eye glow shows up to varying degrees depending on where they're looking, lighting conditions, and those kind of things. And to see this effectively, puppies need to be at least 5 weeks old. So you could see in those puppies, 4 of them, the one that you first saw in the middle had the blue eyes. Well, let me tell you about that litter. That is a litter of lilac dog bred to a blue dog that carried chocolate. So let's just look at the DNA on that dog real quick so you can understand what's going on. So since it's a lilac dog, this was actually a dog that is little d, little co, that was bred to another dog that was little d, 1 copy of chocolate. So if you look at the DNA on the puppies they produced, if you did a Punnett square on the blues, every single dog is going to get 2 copies of chocolate, 1 from mum, 1 from dad. So every dog has to be at the very least blue. Then, since this is, I better draw this a bit better, big co, little co. So, in this case, with a lilac dad, he always gives out co to every dog, little co. And mum either gives out little co or big co, so she gives out that half the time, and she gives out that the other half of the time. So what you end up with is half of them are lilac and half of them are blue that carry chocolate or carry cocoa. So in a litter of 4 puppies, you'd expect to see 2 that are lilacs and 2 that are blues. In this case, statistics were slightly different. We ended up with 1 that was blue and 3 that were lilacs. So 3 of the 4 dogs that you saw in that video had the red eye glow. And that red eye glow is, remember, when dogs first born, their eyes are closed, can't see the eyes. When they're about 10 days old, their eyes start to open up. That's your first opportunity to kind of see if you can see this effect. You won't see it in a puppy that is 10 days old. It develops over the next few weeks where it is very dramatic and absolutely obvious in a dog that's 6 months old. I mean, they have demonic red eyes. You can even see the red eye glow on a 1-year-old dog that carries 2 copies of chocolate. In daylight, you'll see this kind of red cast in the center of its eye. But in puppies like the ones you saw, not so convincing. And certainly when they're just 3 weeks old, it can be, you can be playing a guessing game. I think I see it, I don't think I see it. But there is a huge difference between a video that you look at where the dogs, most of the time the eyes are flashing green or blue or yellow, and then you see a little bit of red in there every now and then. It's probably not a red dog, probably not a chocolate dog. It needs to be fairly consistent, and it'll get more consistent with age, where you see this red cast in the center of their eyes. Okay, so now let's see, how long are we going into this? Oh, we're good. So let's talk about dogs that would have a red eye glow. Well, remember, any dog that is chocolate, testable, gets a red eye glow. If it's that, it's a lilac. If it's that, that's blue. That's a blue dog that is a chocolate blue dog, which would be a lilac. A chocolate blue cream dog would be a platinum. So here's the interesting thing. Somebody tells you they've got a platinum dog, it will be cream. You will not be able to see any of the other hidden colors. They are completely covered by the double E cream. But guess what? It'll have a red eye glow. So if somebody says they've got a platinum dog, say, hey, well, let me just take that, and they don't want to sell you a puppy. And they say, oh, it's a platinum puppy. Great. Take a video, please. Completely dark room with the video on your camera and send me that video. Red eye glow. If it doesn't have a red eye glow, no red eye glow, then it's at the very best, it's got one copy. So that's no red eye glow. It's got to have two copies. And by the way, we can substitute this, of course, for this little CO, little CO. It's still a platinum dog. The other one, yeah, still a platinum dog. That has red eye glow. That does not have red eye. It's got to have two copies. And just to kind of beat this into the ground, then what happens if you have a dog that is one copy of cocoa and one copy of chocolate? Hey, James, there's two copies of chocolate in there. Yeah, but they've got to be the same kind. Not a red eye glow. This dog does not have a red eye glow. This dog, little CO, red eye glow. This dog, red eye glow. This dog, no. This dog, no eye glow. This dog, no eye glow. This dog, no eye glow. It's only double copies of either chocolate all combined together. If you put, and interesting enough, if you put a dog that has both versions of cocoa, both versions of chocolate, like this here, that, by the way, makes what's we call a new shade. That's a new shade. And it has, of course, the red eye glow. So this is a pretty useful tool because you don't have to have a DNA test. And if somebody comes back and tells you this is a champagne, which would be a blue covered in cream, check for the red eye glow. If somebody says it's a lilac dog, good, check for the red eye glow. If somebody says it's a chocolate dog or testable chocolate dog, good, test for the red eye glow. If you don't see it, somebody's got something wrong. Unless the dog is very young, in which case it won't show up so well. So what else can we add on this? I think that pretty much covers it. But this is a great tool, to confirm that you've got the DNA right. Check for red eye glow. Somebody sells you a dog, or you pick up a dog, and they say, no, I don't think it's chocolate. Check for the red eye glow, because it may well be chocolate. A lot of the problem here is looking at a dog and saying that's a chocolate dog can be very sketchy. It's very hard to tell sometimes whether that's a chocolate, because chocolates can look like blues and blues can look like chocolates when they're in dark colors. Light versions of it, fawn, a chocolate fawn can look almost cream, can be very hard to tell the difference between that and some other version of fawn or cream. Red eye glow tells you. But just remember, if the dog is Merle, then all bets are off, because Merle dogs tend to have red eye glow regardless of whether they're chocolate or not. So this gets you into the interesting situation, and I've actually got one of these dogs, where you've got a dog that's a platinum. So the dog that I'm talking about is little CO, good chocolate, little d, blue, little e, cream, one copy of Merle. So big M, little m. And I had a brother, little CO, little d, little e, was not a Merle. And it was interesting because they both had red eye glow. Good. But with the merle present, you don't know. So we had to do a DNA test. And the DNA, we actually did a DNA test on both of these dogs because since they were cream, platinums, you couldn't tell whether they were merle or not. And so we need to know whether they were merle, and we need to know whether or not they were in fact fully cocoa dogs to know that they were truly platinums and platinum merles. So the red eye, both had red eye glow, not a reliable test in this one because the merle was present. So just be aware of the fact that because a dog has a red eye glow, if it's cream, you've got to make sure it's not a merle as well. And if it's a merle, it doesn't count. So that's really it. Does it work on other dogs? I really don't know. I mean, you're going to have to go do some experimentation. I'd like to know if someone who's got a chocolate lab and a black lab, does a black lab not have a red eye glow? The chocolate lab does. I don't know. All right, thanks for watching. Hey, thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.